Hey, it's Diane Hockman, Figuratively Naked, the reality behind a top earning home business. Hello. It's chilly again today. Yesterday it was so warm. It was like 60 some odd degrees. I was out taking a walk and it's starting to drop. Tomorrow it's going to be like 15 degrees in the morning. So I'm whining at you. Aren't you glad you came to hear me whine? So today's topic, you don't always have to be nice. Now that sounds horrible, but this is Figuratively Naked. This is the straight up reality. Everything in your business as you progress and you want to scale up is about valuing your time, okay, and knowing your value. Okay, valuing your time and knowing how much you're worth, knowing your value, and evaluating your activities based upon those two things. And in the industry, there's a lot of people that are ready and wanting to do business. And then there's a lot of people that are just bored or lonely or hanging around or just want to get you on the phone, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to take you back to the beginning of my career. I started running home meetings because my upline, which was 3 hours away, they did meetings. They were a meeting-based group. And so I started running little ads and having people come to the house. And I'll never forget the day. And we did this and we had different people come and go. And some of them were not so great. And some of them were okay. And we signed some of them. And then one day a woman shows up at the door. She has an appointment with me. She shows up at the door and she's holding a plant. Like a gift, like a hostess gift. And I'm kind of like, okay. So she comes in and she goes, I brought this for you. Thank you so much for having me over. It was a little unusual. And I realized that she had gotten here with dial-a-ride. She didn't have a vehicle. And she came in and I was being the dutiful young rep and I did the presentation and she smiled and she said, honey, I don't have any money. And then I was like, okay, and I didn't know what to do. And then I realized that she didn't have a ride for another multiple hours. So she had booked to get dropped off and she had a 3 or 4 hour window. And she literally brought me a gift because she felt like she was coming over to my house and we were going to have tea and cookies and she should bring me a hostess gift. That was the day. Actually, that wasn't the day. That was the day that I almost stopped home meetings, but then I did do another one and I had a couple respond and they came for a meeting. And the meeting, by the way, back then was showing the video. They came and they were so dirty. Okay, guys, and I'm all for, you could be a little messy. I grew up in the city, but then I grew up in the country. So I'm used to guys being covered in dirt and this and that. But when you're going to someone's house and they were so covered, how little kids, when they wash their hands, but they don't pay attention and it rolls down, the dirt from their hands rolls down. So they have these drips down their arms that they never got cleaned. And so then your mother got some washcloth and cleaned you up. Their arms were like that. They were the dirtiest people I've ever seen. That was the day the meetings end. And I said, you know what? I don't have to be nice like this. I'm not the home for wayward, lonely people. This is not business. Okay, what was happening is I was attracting, the wrong element. I didn't know how to market yet, etc. So on the internet, it's the same thing. There's lots of lonely people that want to chat. There's lots of people that want to send you weird messages. There's people that want to send you chain letters. There's people that want to send you all kinds of stuff. There's people that pretend they want to do business, that want to get on the phone, over and over and over to ask you a ton of questions because they're doing due diligence about a $27 purchase. There's people that will join and you could tell right away, they join and then they want to talk to you every single day and then they quit and refund on you. If you haven't experienced this, you will. There's people that want to inbox you strange stuff. And what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be nice, okay? You have to make a decision. Am I here to do business or am I here to entertain, the wayward souls? Now, some people can sit here and they can interpret this and go, she thinks she's all that. She starts making a lot of money. She thinks she's so. You know what? This is solid advice, and it was the advice that was given to me by my mentors. And I'm trying to pass it along to you. If you decide that you're going to continue to just be nice to people for the sake of being nice in the business environment. I'm not talking about in the world. In the world, go look at their pictures and chat and have fun. But you really have to be clear about what's business and what's social and what am I focusing on and what are my outcomes and what are my goals. And one of the things that you have to consider is, am I spending time with the wrong people? A lady who brings a plant because she plans on staying all day that has she had no intention of joining business or even looking at the business. She's not who I need to be nice to. I mean, I would be kind to her out on the street, but there's no reason for her to be in my home for 3 hours when I'm trying to conduct business. A couple that can't bathe, they have no capacity to do business. And so it's sitting here and going through and starting to decide who are the right people that I'm looking for, who are the customers I'm looking for, who are the team members I'm looking for, what is the value of my time, who do I want to work with, and start getting really clear about that. And letting go of feeling guilty, because I used to always feel guilty because somebody would call. And I mean, I had team members that you could put down the phone and walk away. They wouldn't even know you put down the phone. They were just belly aching and whining. It was a waste of time. But back then, I wasn't experienced enough to say, you know what, here's a task, go do it or whatever. So I want you to start to consider the areas where maybe you're being a little too nice. And I'm still guilty of this every single day. I have people that don't follow through, don't take action, but I have a place in my heart for them. I'll always believe in people. If I see any glimmer of trying, I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I can't help it. I'm a sucker for that. But when somebody's just cancerous in the organization or a time sucker, I've gotten to the place where I just don't feel I need to indulge in anymore, and neither do you. Here's what I did. I looked at my family, I looked at my kids, and I said, if I want to be free to be with them, I have to discipline myself. I have to discipline myself. I have to discipline my conversations. And people know me. I don't get on the phone a lot to this day because I have trouble disciplining my conversations and phone time. So I'm very cautious about when I get on the phone because it's still a weakness for me. So if it's a weakness for you, hey, here's hope. It's possible. I mean, I've done it. I've done, lots of sales and lots of money and all this other stuff. It's possible. You just have to learn to discipline. My version of discipline is not getting on the phone with anybody without a specific outcome and a time limit. And I fail at that sometimes. Your discipline might be to set a timer. The minute you get on the phone, set a timer and have a technique to get off the phone. Or your discipline may be to not, maybe practice on Messenger. Stop responding. Like New Year's Eve, I'm sorry, people will think I'm horrible. New Year's Eve, I got 4 million of these chain letter fireworks, Happy New Year things, and I'm supposed to forward them. I didn't forward a single one. I didn't forward the ones with the hearts and the for breast cancer awareness. I didn't forward any of it. I never do. Don't send it to me because I'm not going to forward it. Because that's part of my discipline. I don't engage in that stuff because it's not going to get me where I need to go. So the question is, where do you need to go? What type of activities are going to get you there? And are you being nice because you aren't ready to step up? Because that's really what it was. I was being nice to a lot of the people that weren't appropriate out of guilt. Out of guilt probably for myself feeling bad about, moving forward. Or I felt guilty about making money. I felt funny about all of it. And these are all areas of personal development. So in the end, you just don't have to be nice all the time. Don't be mean. Be a good person. But think about where you're spending your time. All right, guys, go over to DianeHockman.com, get some more Figuratively Naked, make fun of my hair, make fun of my t-shirts. You're going to start to see I wear the same shirts to bed over and over and over. I wake up in the morning, and that's it. I'll see you later.